What's up, everybody? This is Rich from True Budget EDC and Prepping. Use your gear, lose your gear, because if you're not using it, you might as well lose it. So today, I just wanted to come on here and do a quick fixed blade Friday and what I got in my pocket today for a fixed blade, and then want to do a little go over of what I have in my pouch and why I carry that stuff in my pouch. But before I do that, I'd like to pull this out actually. Right, so this knife is the SE Chirp. It's been out for a while. It's like $25. This one's in green OD micarta, but there are other ones now. They came out with different handle colors and different materials. I think there's G10, there's like blue and orange and all that stuff. You can check them out on Knife Center, about the same price. But the reason that I brought this out, because I reviewed this before, like a long time ago, but you know, it's YouTube, and YouTube's pretty awesome because you can build your own community of people, and I like that. But your videos are also open to the public, and when that happens, you have morons that want to come on your channel and argue with you about stuff that, whatever, it's stupid, right? So there's this guy that came on. I did a video on this, and I said basically that this knife is that big. Okay, you see how big that knife is, right? It's not in centimeters. It's 6 inches long with a 2.5 inch blade, D2 steel, spear point, nail neck opening, liner lock. It comes with this pocket clip, but I didn't like it because it's not deep carry, not even a little bit. So I took it off and carry it like a regular traditional pocket knife, like it's the same size as a canoe. So yeah, so this guy goes on the video because I had mentioned something about bushcraft, and I'm not, you know, this might offend people. I'm not trying to offend people, because honestly, you do whatever you want. If you like something, do it. If you enjoy doing something, do it. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It's up to you to choose what you like, and you should do it. And people have opinions, and people have to understand that. And just because my opinion doesn't, you know, coincide with somebody else's doesn't mean I'm trying to be an asshole. It doesn't mean you have to be an asshole. It just means we have different opinions. And that's the problem today with online. People cannot accept the fact that other people have a different opinion. So I did this video on this, and there's some idiot I'm not going to mention on here, YouTube, that did a video, and he took this out into the woods and he tried to, you know, bushcraft with it because it's an ESEE. And obviously it's not a bushcraft tool, right? It's not a woodworking tool. It's not a tool that you take out into the woods and do anything with it, let alone cut wood, because no knife is supposed to be used for cutting wood. And I had mentioned something that Horace Kephart had said, and the guy was like, oh, you know, all up in arms. Oh, well, Kephart said that we shouldn't use knives to, you know, chop wood, that you should use an axe. And what are we supposed to do to feather stick? You know what you're supposed to do to feather stick? Nothing. You're not supposed to feather stick. Or you can use a tomahawk or a small axe. So what Kephart actually said was that the idea that a hunting knife could replace an axe was a delusion. And that's not exactly what he said, you know, word for word, but that's what he said. I have the quote. So basically, that's basically what he said. And yeah, I'm not saying it because I made it up. I'm not saying it because anything other than the fact that I research things and I look things up, and I don't speak out of my ass. I like to know what I'm saying before I say it and be correct. And if I'm not correct, I need to be corrected, right? Because that's how I roll. I have a lot of knowledge on a lot of different things, but it's because I study, and it's because I research, and because I go over things more than once, because I don't want to come on YouTube and look like I'm an idiot speaking out of my ass like half the people on here do. So when I say something, you can guarantee that I did the work to find out if it's true or not, right? So Kephart did say that. Kephart is the god of people that go outside camping, bushcraft, blah blah blah, whatever. And I guess maybe that offended him, and I'm not trying to, like I said, offend people, but that's what was said. That's what he said. It's a fact. I'm not making it up, right? So my opinion on bushcraft is, I think bushcraft's a joke, personally, honestly. I mean, I'm not trying to, like I said, it's my opinion. It's a modern movement. It's got nothing to do with the old movement. It started like in 1880 something in Australia. It's not survivalism. It's people that just go out in the woods in their free time and beat on trees with knives, which in my opinion makes no sense. And every time that somebody says the word bushcraft, that's what I think of, some idiot out in the woods beating on a tree with a knife. Like, seriously, knives are not used to be chopping wood. They're not for that. Knives are used to cut things like meat, like general purpose stuff, things like that. They're not meant to be used for chopping wood. They never were meant to be used in chopping wood. They weren't used to be chopping wood in history. Not how it worked. Mountain men use knives to cut things like meat and to skin animals and sometimes to defend themselves. So that's what they used it for. When they needed to chop wood, it said, and this is, like I said, the stuff that I researched, it says that they used a small axe or a tomahawk to process wood for campfires and to build shelters. So knives were not even involved in anything to do with wood. So where that came from in the modern bushcraft movement, I have no idea. But that's that's not what knives are for. I mean, today, you know, they're making larger knives that are just big hunks of steel, and you know, people are chopping wood with them, and just whatever, dude. Do what you got to do, but you're supposed to use axes and tomahawks. Those are the tools that were made for that job. So use the proper tools for the proper job, and people don't. And that's just what I was saying. I was saying basically, this is what history says. This is what history has been doing. And as far as making feather sticks, back in history, mountain men didn't make feather sticks. It wasn't a thing, man. They used a flint, a steel, and a char cloth to start fires. They would make a nest of dried branches or leaves or grass or something like that, and they would start a fire in that manner. And they didn't make feather sticks, just how it was. You know what I'm saying? They carried around the flint, the steel, the char cloth if they had it, and that's what they used. That's historically accurate. That's the truth. I didn't make that up either. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that I researched. This is stuff that I put on here, and it offends people. And maybe it's because of my opinion. I don't think, you know, bushcraft is anything close to being a survival situation. Like, I was in survival for a long time. I came from the survival community. I teach survival classes. A lot of things in this modern bushcraft movement are similar to survival, but they're not the same. Bushcraft is people going out in the woods for fun, chopping on trees with knives. That's it. That's what I see, right? Survival is what you need to do in an emergency situation to stay alive. And it might be, you know, unexpected. Obviously, it's an emergency situation. It's not me saying, hey, guess what, next week I'm going to go out in the woods and get stuck there and not know what I'm doing, because, you know, but I have my knife, so I need to chop down a tree. I'm fine. Like, no. I have like 3 or 4 axes. I have an axe in my truck. I have a small tomahawk. And I can use that to process wood, not my knives. Yeah, Kephart and Sears Nessmuck had a trio of tools. They carried a pocket knife, a belt knife, and a tomahawk. That's what they carried. And those are, like I said, the mecca, the gods of outdoor activities, the gods of the so-called bushcraft movement. And yeah, I wasn't trying to like make stuff up for that guy. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I've researched, and that's what it says. And again, this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I know a lot of people that bushcraft, and you know what? That's your thing. Do it. It doesn't matter what I think. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what knives are used for. That's not what they were meant to be used for. That's not their intended purpose, period. Throughout history, nobody did stuff with knives like that. I mean, maybe thousands and thousands of years. It's a utility tool. So if you have to do stuff with it, obviously you got to do what you got to do. Don't think the mountain men didn't do crazy shit with their knives, because they have. I have journals that I've read that were actually written by them, and they've done crazy shit with their knives. But in general, they did not use their knives for chopping wood. They had tomahawks or small axes, and that's what they used. And that's what's been used up through, you know, the Kephart time, George Washington Sears times. And this is a new movement. Yeah, and I don't know what it's all about, man. It's not survival, though. I can survive in the woods. I can process, you know, food. I can locate food. I can do first aid and medical treatment. I can purify water and fine water. I can start fires. You know what I mean? And bushcraft people do that too, but they do it for fun. I've done it so if I have to survive in a real life situation, I can. You know what I'm saying? I have stuff in my vehicle kit and stuff in my EDC bag in my tier 2 prep that I carry, that in case something happened, I would be able to survive. I'm not doing it for fun. I don't carry it around because I think it's, you know, the cool thing to do because it's a new movement. I do it because shit happens. I need to be prepared for that. And like I said, I'm from the survival community. I'm from the prepping community. You know, I don't know about this bushcraft crap, bro. Like, seriously. But do what you got to do. Do what makes you happy. Doesn't matter what I think or anybody else thinks. Continue to do so. But just wanted people to know that I do research things, and I'm not just speaking out of my ass. I do research things more than once, and I check into things, so you can be guaranteed that I did the work when I say something. So anyway, enough of that. But this is not a bushcraft tool. Seriously, I don't care what anybody says. Look at the size of it. This is for like general purpose. So that's what started that whole, you know, thing with that dude. Whatever. I must have got butthurt because I said that Horace Kephart said something that he really said. So whatever. But today I got the Topo Gondek EDC Hank. That's pretty awesome. And Fixed Blade Friday, right? So I've done a review on this before. This is the CRKT bivouac. So it's a small little fixed blade, pocket fixed blade. It comes with this little Kydex sheath that goes on it. Also comes with a neck piece of paracord that goes around your neck, and also a clip. I don't use either one of those. I just, basically put it in the sheath, put it in my pocket, and I'm good to go. It is awesomely small, so it's good for your pocket. Just over 6 inches, 6 1/4, with about a 3-inch blade. HCR 13 MOV. It is G10 with a orange liner underneath it. It is, you can take these scales off. They're Torx construction. This is super smooth G10. It's really awesome, actually. And it's a really awesome little bird and trout knife, and it comes with this big piece of paracord, so you got that on there in case you need that, get a little bit of extra grip. But it does fit in your hand pretty good. It's got a little jimping there, a little jimping there, so got some swedging on both sides. It's pretty solid. I like it. I paid about 50 bucks for it because I got it from a private dealer. I was just trying to support small. It's like a $30 knife online, but I got it in South Carolina at Southern Edge Knife Works. So check those guys out. They got some good stuff on there. So that's the little fixed blade I got today. I've been carrying the pry bar from Teal Designs and the Robrazen wallet. The what is it there? It's a minimalist front pocket carry wallet. Got the Duke Cannon again, just in case I need it. And then always got my earbuds. And then what I wanted to do was go over what's in this pouch. This is a topo pouch. That's why I pulled out the topo cloth, or whatever it is. I can't even talk now. The topo hank, because this is a Gondek pouch. This is a Gondek hank. So it's got the Ranger, hook and loop. So you put some little Velcro patches on there. I got the No Man's Land patch and the Braun and Ginger patch. Got them both from Braun and Ginger from Cody. Cool stuff. And then in my pouch, I carry some Band-Aids, right? And everybody knows why I carry Band-Aids. It's just boo-boo kit stuff because I'm in nursing and I'm doing camp nursing. And I don't carry my med bag everywhere I go, so I tend to go places that people are like, oh, I'm bleeding. So I carry a little Band-Aids with me just in case I have to, put a Band-Aid on a kid or something like that, or a person that's not a kid, whatever, somebody. So I carry that. I carry a little Rhodia pouch. This is actually the lined versions. The other ones I got are graph, but that's a lined. They make graph and lined. This is also the block number 10, and it's made in France. It just says lined right on the front of it. So I got that. I got the Kosa G22 100 lumen on high, and it is also 40 on low. I got the Olight O-Pen Mini in blue to go along with the pad in case I got to write something down. Clipper, butane lighter, just in case I need a lighter. And then I have the basic, the Trapper, the Boker Urban Trapper Petite with me. Now, the thing I like about this Urban Trapper Petite, if you look at both of these knives, they look similar. Trapper pattern was invented in the 20th century, actually. A lot of people think it was around the Mountain Men times. It was not. It was invented in the early to 1915, something like that. Early 1900s, 1915, the trapper pattern was invented, and it was used by trappers for skinning animals and things like that. The single blade obviously derived from the dual blade trapper, which is a clip point and a spay blade. This is the single blade trapper, and if you look at these two knives, this is a little bird and trout fixed blade, and this is an Urban Trapper, which is the single blade trapper pattern. They kind of look similar. I like this knife because it reminds me a lot of the bird and trout knife, and I like those little fixed blades. They're really good. Similar to a paring knife, to be honest with you. I know people that have made sheaths for paring knives and carry them around. They're awesome utility blades. And these two blades are very similar in blade shape and purpose, basically. This is a small bird and trout hunting knife to skin and process small game animals. Same thing that this was used for, actually. This just happens to be a fixed blade, and it's called a bird and trout. This happens to be a folder, and it's called a trapper. But they're basically in history been used for the same thing, and super cool. I just ordered the large version of this, which has got a 3.5-inch blade, so that'll be coming soon. And yeah, the exact same one. It's VG10 steel, black G10, titanium liner, titanium clip. It's just bigger. So I'll have that, and I'll go over that when I get it, but it'll be a few days before I get it. And then I want to go over this. I just got this, right? This is a EDC pouch, tool pouch, pocket, daily carry, army green. I'm going to use this. This is basically a copy of the Arc Boulder, and it's made by a company on Amazon called, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm going to link it in the description. I just wanted to get it to see how it was. It's a small piece of canvas, 16-ounce canvas. It has a pocket here, and a pocket here. It has a pocket right here on the inside, and then another pocket. So I did load this out with some of this stuff, and I got the knife in here, and I got the pen, and I got a small pad, the Write in the Rain pad in there, and I got my little flashlight that I got the Nightcore Tube V2 in here, and I closed it, and it wasn't bad. When it's closed, it's only about 4 1/4 and just under 3 7/8, 2 7/8, and yeah, so it's not big. It's just that I put my cards in here to see. I put 2 cards in there. I put my license and a debit card in there, and it kind of made it hard to close because it snaps. So, you know, I wasn't expecting much. I just wanted to check it out and see how it was before I decided if I wanted an Arc Boulder that cost like 50 bucks. So I figured I'd test out the cheapo version first. I'm not sure if it's for me, but I haven't really carried it. Like I said, all I did was load it out, but I will link it. It was like 9 bucks. Seriously, I'm like, whatever, it's only 9 bucks. If it sucks, and I'll use it for a giveaway, and maybe somebody else will get use out of it. I definitely think that it's a small front pocket carry, but I would say that the other one I have, the Viper 8 VE08, is better than this. But you know what? For a budget option, it's not bad. I'm gonna have to load it up and carry it out for the next couple days and see what I think. But that's what I got going on. Today is Friday, Fixed Blade Friday. You guys have a great Friday and a great weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon.